Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today is a makeup tutorial. We are barefaced and starting with primer. Today we're using the Angel Veil by NYX, and we are going to apply it wherever we feel like we need some smoothing. So for me, the areas that I struggle with are the cheek area and the T-zone. So we're gonna blend everything with our fingers. And next is dark circles. So the first thing to do is counteract the darkness, and for that I'm using the LA Girl concealer in Peach. So I'm applying this only on the areas where I feel like there's darkness and not blending it upwards or downwards, just on the areas that I feel like need counteracting. So for this we are blending it with a beauty sponge. This is the Real Techniques beauty sponge, and we are doing really soft tapping motions because the under eyes and the eyelids are a very sensitive skin area. So next we are priming the eyelids for the eyeshadow, and for that we are using the LA Girl Conceal in the color Porcelain. And I'm grabbing a blending brush and blending all that in. So what this concealer will do is basically give a blank canvas for you to apply the eyeshadow, and the true colors of the eyeshadows will actually show. So we're gonna set those eyelids with the RCMA no color powder and a really small brush, just to make sure once you put the eyeshadow everything will blend properly. Next is eyeshadow, and today we are using the Nude Basics by Primark, and it costs $6. We're using this color for the transition shade and a blending brush, and we are blending it on the crease and upwards. So as you can see, I'm using little swipe motions and circular motions just to make sure everything is blended and soft. You want to make sure you do the exact same thing for both eyes. And while we're blending, I just want to make sure you don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified every time that I post a video. So next is a darker shade on the outer V, so we're going to use another blending brush and the darker color, and also we are keeping it on the outer V and blending it upward but lower than the transition shade. So you want to pack the color on the outer corner, and next blending it upwards but kind of lower than the transition shade. And also you want to do like a V shape, that's why we call it the outer V. Next we're gonna pick again the transition shade and blend the two shades together just to make sure everything is looking smooth. The trick for a very nice eyeshadow is blending. So next is eyebrows. We're gonna brush the eyebrow hairs up and fill the eyebrows. I do feel like I have fuller eyebrows, so for me I don't need to fill them that much. Make sure you blend them by brushing them at the end. Next is foundation, and I'm using the L'Oreal Pro Glow, and I'm just putting some dots all over my face, also on the neck. And I'm putting in a hairband just to make sure my hair is not on the way. And I'm using a buffing brush to buff the foundation all over my face and neck. Make sure everything is blended and you get the all corners of your face. And also, don't forget to blend the foundation down to your neck, because I feel like there's nothing worse than having a perfect face and then a completely different colored neck. So always blend your foundation down to your neck. Right at the end, I like to use again the beauty sponge to make sure everything is well blended on my face. Next is the actual concealing and illuminating of the face, so I'm using the LA Girl concealer in yellow. So you guessed it, I love the LA Girl concealer. It is the only one that covers up my dark circles without creasing. So as you can see, I make like triangle shape underneath my eyes. I also apply it on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. Also on the corners of the lips and on my nose. Blend it with the Beauty Blender again. Sorry, this is not a beauty blender, it is actually a Real Techniques beauty sponge or complexion sponge, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's half the price of a beauty blender and it does the same job. I love this. Make sure you blend the concealer well, and again, soft tapping motions. When you're blending the concealer underneath the eyes, make sure you look up just to make sure that the skin is stretched and you're not setting any creases. Next is contouring, and we are applying it with the LA Girl. And I don't know the actual color of this one, but I'll make sure I'll list it down below, using an angled buffing brush, and we're gonna buff everything on the forehead and on the hollows of the cheek. And I do want to ask you to not blend the hollows of the cheek downwards but upwards. You want the shadow upwards and not downwards, so make sure you don't go below the line that you drew. And you have any doubts finding your hollow of the cheek, it's basically where your jaw and your cheek come together. Right there you have kind of a hollow part of your face. That's where you want to go. Again, going in with the beauty sponge just to make sure everything is blended together and looks natural. Setting the under eyes with the RCMA no color powder, and for this you want to again tap the concealer just to make sure you don't have any creases, because if you do, you will set those creases. So next, pick up your brush and little tapping motions with a little bit of powder, not too much. Set the T-zone. Oops, I didn't mean to put that. It's okay, we can just blend it away. It's fine, everything is fine. So with the leftovers of the powder on the brush, I set the rest of my face and also the neck. Next is bronzing, and I'm using the Wet n Wild contouring palette. Picking the darker shade and using a fluffy brush to apply it on the cheekbones, on the forehead, temples, and also jawline and neck. So basically what you want to do is a tree shape. So forehead, do it like a tree shape all the way to the temples, and then cheeks, and then again the bottom part of the tree, and then going into the jawline. And for nose contouring, you just want to squish that brush and go into the shade again and blending it on the sides of the nose and on the tip of the nose, and that's it. For blush, we are using the 4 neutral shades on this palette. This palette is amazing. It's from BH Cosmetics and it cost me $10, Canadian dollars actually. Apply on the cheekbones. And next is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and this is a really soft highlighter. It will make you look like you're glowing from the inside. So I apply it to the tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, cheekbone, underneath the eyebrows, and right above it on the forehead. So it is really natural and I love it. So what we're gonna do next is baking. I don't do this every day. It is just to give it a more strong contouring, and basically applying it with the beauty sponge. Next, we're applying the glittery eyeshadow to the lid. Apply it to the first third of the eye. Next, we're taking the blending brush that you used for the transition shade and blend everything together. No more eyeshadow, just the leftovers. Just use the same brush to blend everything. And for the lower lid, we're gonna use the darker shade, just really close to the lash line, and then take the first transition shade and use it to blend everything. Next is eye pencil, and we're using a dark brown one on the waterline. This makes the look a bit more edgy. And next is eyelash curling and mascara. And for mascara, I'm using a combo. It is a Kiko mascara and a Physicians Formula organic mascara. I just love the organic Physicians Formula because of the brush or the applying thing, just because it spreads out the eyelashes so good. And I'm sorry I don't have the actual clip of me applying the lipstick. I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu and also the Milani lip liner in Natural. So that's the combo that I'm wearing, and there you go. This is the final result. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and I do want to remind you to subscribe to my channel and also hit like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the bell so you get notified every time that I post a new video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!